well, this is kind of going back to a topic that Manny brought up, but Manny, you said something about guys want younger women to manipulate them. Do you think there's any truth to that?
Do I think there's any truth to that?
Hmm.
1000%. I think it's just like the age range. I think like maybe like 27 and from like 21 to 27, I feel like that age range, most men go after women who are like 18, 19, 20, or like younger than them.
Hmm.
Any type of age younger than them is shit. Hopefully it's not
Well,
under 18. But
men generally date younger, and women tend to generally date older, regardless
yeah,
of
I'm talking about
what.
like girls just out of high school, does not even legal to drink alcohol, just maybe turn legal to drink alcohol, like they haven't dated much, like, when I, met that
So why
person,
do
I had,
we? So why can women go to war and die for this country at 18 and vote in elections, but they're not able to pick the men they should be able to date and marry?
oh, they do. I just think that maybe they're just a little bit, because they're young and they haven't experienced a lot of relationships, they're gonna be attracted to some men who give them the bare minimum, because I feel like, that's usually the most we're looking for is the bare minimum.
What is the bare
And
minimum for you at that time?
uh, being a decent, nice person, and like,
Uh,
you know, maybe having a car and picking me up.
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, but we just got through talking about how there was. I mean, when you were younger, you dated a guy that was broke and ugly and cheated, and then we
Hmm.
talked about Bruna, who dated a guy who was calling her 7 times if she didn't answer when he was at the gym. So it sounds like that's not actually happening, and women that are making those choices younger are often making bad decisions on who they date. I mean, so like let me give you a quick scenario. Let's say, and I want to go this for everybody on the panel because Pat, I know you do have a daughter, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so like, and Bruna, I don't think you have any kids,
I don't.
and Mandy, I know you don't, right? So
Nope.
let's say you've got a daughter who's 19 years old, right?
Hmm.
And she wants to start dating.
Hmm.
And there's two guys in this situation. You've got a guy that's her age, 19. Maybe he's fresh out of high school. Maybe he's in college. Maybe he's not. He's your average 19-year-old dude. Probably doesn't have a car in his name. Probably still lives with his parents or a bunch of roommates. Probably doesn't have as much, a ton of money. He's probably working an entry level job again, just out of high school. Maybe he's whatever he's doing. Also, his hormones are at their highest. His testosterone is highest, sex drive is highest. He is, just turning it as an adult male.
Right.
That's option A. Option B is a guy who's 29, 30, 31 years old, established, own company or job where he's maybe a middle manager or above, clears maybe 6 figures a year, own place, own car, established, settled, doesn't live with roommates, no kids. If you had to choose who you would want your daughter to date between those two men, who would it be?
She can date the guy that's her age and go through what everyone else goes through, which is like heartbreak if it happens. I think I find it
Why?
crazy. I find it crazy a 30-year-old man finding
Would
an 18-year-old attractive should be illegal. That's disgusting.
Why is that
Um,
crazy?
that's disgusting because
In
I
what
just
way?
think it's like,
What age is
sure,
acceptable? 19, 20, 21, 22? At what point
yep,
is it okay to
beautiful.
find a woman attractive?
Yeah, those ages are fine, but 30 is
Why?
crazy. You're a businessman, you have your own house, you have your own car, like
Mhm.
you could technically be her father. Like, what the hell are you going after an 18-year-old for?
Well,
Like,
not
go
really,
after
because you're
someone.
talking like
Well,
10, 12 years difference. It's not like 12-year-olds don't have kids. What about a guy like
There
Leonardo
is 12-year-olds
DiCaprio?
that do
He's
that.
like, what, 45, and he cuts him off after 25?
Yeah.
So it's 20 years difference. Like, what about that? Is that disgusting too?
Yeah.
Why?
I think just simply find someone. Why else would you want, you as a 30-year-old man,
Mm,
why else would you want someone who's 18?
because she's young and
Freshly out
well,
of
I
beautiful.
high
said
school.
I said 19 first off, because
Yeah.
I knew the 18 thing always rubs people the wrong way. But I said
Okay,
that, but
even if it's
for the sake
19,
of
if
the
under
argument.
21, if you're not even legalized to drink alcohol,
But
is
you can
crazy.
go to war and die. You can vote in presidential elections.
Drive a car.
Drive a car, like own a house, get a tattoo.
But if my child was doing all of that, girl, go ahead. Go ahead. You're doing your thing. But if you're still like fresh out of school, you're going to college and you're still like struggling and figuring out what you want to do in life, girl, find somebody else that's doing the same thing you're
But
doing.
why is that good? Why would it be good to put your child in a situation with someone who can't provide, who can't take care of her, who has no life experience, lives with roommates, has no money, no car, maybe a job, definitely doesn't own his own house? Like, we're talking about the average man here. We're talking about the average 19-year-old guy here.
I think it's like, yeah, they could sound picture perfect, but the age thing just rubs me the wrong way. So if I was a mother and I had a daughter who is 18, 19, being like, I really like this guy, but he's 30. Cut. He's cut. Give me your phone. No, we're not doing that. I just find that weird. Yeah.
Let's go.
Because
What
I've
about
learned
for
from
Sam?
my experiences and they weren't good. Like when I was
Okay.
younger, there's some older guys that were doing their damn thing, but they were just, it was weird. It was kind of, it was just weird. I don't want to say like the weird words that would remind me of it, but it's just,
Okay.
I just
Okay.
wouldn't allow it.
What about you, Bruno? What do you think?
I think, just like her, I think it's disgusting. Just disgusting to think. For me, that's a kid. 17, 18 years old, you're just a kid.
Why do
Okay,
we
what about
keep going
19
younger?
though?
I keep
We
saying
going there.
19,
We're saying
and you
19.
keep going 18, and now it's 17. Like, can we?
It's 11
Oh, you
years
said
difference.
Why do we
18? You
keep
said,
doing
I
that?
heard 18.
I said 19. I said
19.
19.
Okay, so 19.
Dude's
Okay.
30, she's 19, so it's 11 years difference.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll say some things. I don't know if I'm gonna say this correctly because it's not my first language. So if I say something wrong, just correct me, okay? So scientifically, we have a part of our brain right here that only forms that's something that helps you to make decisions, right?
Mhm.
This
called
is
your
only
frontal
gonna be
lobe.
ready.
Yeah.
Yes. That only get like completely done when you're 24 years old. How can you make right decisions when you were 18, 19?
So if that's the case, why can you vote in elections, drive a car, own a house, get a tattoo, go to war? Why do you get all of these rights that the government allows you to have
Nobody's
when you're
telling you. This is the
18?
government. It's not me. This is what I
Right,
think
but
and scientifically. Okay. If you don't follow the science, I'm so sorry. That's how I think,
I
and
also
that's how
think
I
that's
know.
heavily debated. I think the whole frontal lobe developed by 25 is also highly debated.
Let me ask
But
this
I
question
think
then for the lady. So Cher is dating a guy by the name of Alexander Edwards, who is 40 years younger than her. What about that? Is that okay?
How old is he?
He's 40 years younger than her.
40 years.
Well, how old is he?
Oh,
And just let
I don't have the exact age. It just says 40 years
30.
here in this.
Shares what?
Oh, sorry.
70s?
She's 76. He's 36.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. He's in
Why
his
is that okay,
30s.
but 11 years is a problem?
Because he's in his 30s. Like,
I don't
we're
think- I don't
talking
think-
about 19. 19 is way too close. Like,
that's a problem.
way too close to high school.
Huh,
Like,
interesting.
Why?
I think like women and men, like they view attractiveness differently, like physical attractiveness differently. So thinking
Correct.
if I was a 19-year-old, I remember I was not attracted to people, to men in their 30s, but I was attracted to women in their 30s. So it like
Period.
to say
Period.
that I don't think it would be like completely off the table. Like if my daughter was 19 and was dating a 30-year-old and like we, no red flags and it wasn't like a creep kind of situation, all for it. I could have used a 30-year-old person, when I was 19.
But what is the difference between a 20-year-old finding a 19-year-old girl attractive and a 30-year-old finding a 19-year-old girl attractive? What is the difference?
19 and
That's what I'm
20. That's a
saying.
year
That's what I'm saying.
apart.
But men find women attractive for their beauty.
Right.
Why is it weird for somebody in their 30s but not in their 20s?
Because
We're talking
you're
about
old.
men here.
You're
But
old.
but is that supposed to change? See, like,
Yes.
because again, but it doesn't. So research shows us, they've run a bunch of polls and studies on this, where they've taken men in their teens all the way up into their 70s. And on average, and again, this isn't exactly the situation, but on average, across all of those different age demographics, men find women in their early 20s the most attractive, regardless of how old they are. Because men are attracted to, at a biological level, to youth and fertility and signals of this woman is going to be able to give me healthy and long living children. That's why men are generally more attracted to younger women.
So
And
like
so
as
I
a
don't, it doesn't change as we get older because we are focused on the physical. So the men's attraction triggers don't change as they age. Women's do, but men don't.
right. So
Patty,
like
you had
it makes
something? Go
sense.
ahead.
I think as women, to me, it makes sense why, I guess, the opinion on that is kind of like obscure, like, because we don't see the attractiveness of women the same way as men do, I guess, generally speaking. Because I kind of get it to a certain extent because I am attracted to women. And to me, in all honesty, women, like, I do view them more as like sexual objects. Um, that probably sounds worse than I'm actually like intending it to, but like I get it. Like, women are beautiful, and although as a woman, like when I was 19, I wasn't necessarily like cool with older men. I guess I can't necessarily give like a good opinion there, but I do see
But I mean,
both
you'd be
sides
okay with it if the guy was sordid and he had genuine intentions for your daughter. Yeah.
for sure.
There's a super chat
That's
here.
what I'm trying to get at.
So
Go ahead.
I'm 30. My girlfriend is 19, and no, I didn't ask. She did. Actually, they all ask so far why. I had my fair share of battles. I got my shit squared away per Moff. Moff, would you
I
have an
just find
issue
it-
if you had a daughter that was 19 and she brought home a 30-year-old guy? If he was squared away?
I would have to talk to him first, for
Yeah.
sure. But I mean,
Yeah.
again, like, I find it so strange that I'm hearing that it's better and more beneficial to put,
A bum. We're
well,
basically
to
talking about
put-
picking a
to
bum
put
versus somebody squared away.
to put my daughter and my child through heartbreak and trauma and potential disaster mentally and emotionally, instead of with a guy who's got his stuff sorted, squared away, probably knows what he wants out of life and is settled and established and can be able to protect and provide and more easily take over that role. Like, what is a 19-year-old going to do? I mean, it's like all 19-year-old guys want to do is fuck. And what else do they have to offer? Right. So, I mean, if the goal for my daughter is going to be put her with the best possible man to ensure her safety and protection and providing, then it's going to be with somebody that already knows what he's doing. It's going to be somebody that's already established.
Men who are in their 30s and have all their stuff together, or whatever you think is what that means, like having everything picture perfect, are still are out here cheating and doing things they're not supposed to.
Well, it's a little different. I mean,
Yeah, but would
again,
you rather
that's
have
a
a guy
different-
that's squared
it's
away?
not. If anything, it's actually worse.
Hang on a sec. Would you rather have a 30-year-old guy that's squared away, successful, influential, has a great network, has his money sorted, has a house, drives nice cars, is funny, is captivating, that cheats, or some broke, ugly bum cheating?
I'd rather
That's
have some broke
20.
ugly bum cheating on me so I can snip their ass real quick like I did last time.
And this is why you need guidance from a man.
What do you mean by that?
It's
Like,
it's just a bad choice, right? I mean, like, if a guy's going to step out,
everyone
he's going to
goes
step
through
out.
breakups though.
No, but like, if a guy's going to step out, he's going to step out, right? But if the guy is to get, like, we're talking about somebody that's 30, he's gone through the education system, he's made money, he's got his life together, he has a network of impressive people around him. They're both doing the exact same thing. They're stepping out on the relationship. You would pick the young bum that doesn't have a job?
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense.
because it's just everyone goes through breakups. I don't want, like, I just, it's just more of like it doesn't matter what you got. I just think that the age thing is weird.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.